Okay, here's the test that we did earlier today in the MTT 249 class. I'm going to pull this print up, and it was a 4x4 block with a 2.5 by 2.5 inside the 4x4, and we had radius corners. All of them were 3/8 of an inch or 0.375. So if we go to File, New, Standard IPT, double click that, and now we have a blue grid. So what we want to do is go to rectangle, left mouse click one time and then release it. Now pull out a box and click one more time. Right mouse, done. Click dimension, click the top line or the horizontal line, double click it until you have a blue box inside your edit dimension. Type in 4.0 and hit the enter button. Now if you go to the left or the vertical one, double click it and type in 4.0 as well. Enter that. Right mouse, done. Right mouse, finish sketch. Now on your keyboard, if you hit the home button or key and then hit F6 on your keyboard, it throws you into an isometric view. And here's where we want to click Extrude. Notice the dimensions are on the back side of the part. If we hit this little icon here, it throws it to the back side and allows the dimensions to be to the front. The thickness really doesn't make that much difference because we're going to be sending this to plasmacam in a little bit. And now we can just go ahead and give it maybe 0.5 or half an inch. Click OK. Now we have two ways that we can bring this into the front view. We can either hit the front on the cube, or we can hit the surface, turn it green, and hit the view icon, view face icon. Now I'm going to put a sketch on top of this. I did that by hitting the pencil. Click rectangle, do the same thing we did a while ago. Pull this out and click it, right mouse, done. Now we said we wanted a 2.5 by 2.5 inside of the 4x4 block. So we pull our calculator up and type in 4.0 minus 2.5. That gives us 1.5 inches, and then if we divide that by 2, it tells us we need to have 3/4 of an inch all the way around. First thing we need to do is dimension this. So if we click dimension, click this line, bring it up, type in 2.5, enter, and this one gets to be 2.5 as well. Enter. Now we're not in the center, so if I click this line and this line, right now it's saying we are 720 thousandths away. I want it to be 750, so that'd be 0.75. Double click that, 0.75, enter. Now with this line, click here to here, 0.75, enter. Now we evenly spaced. Right mouse, done. Right mouse again and finish that sketch. Now with our orbit button or the cube, however you want to do it, move it to the side a little bit, right mouse, and click extrude, and click this side, and I want it to go to the inside, and I'm only going to take it to a depth of maybe 30 thousandths, 0.03. And we need to click the cut button and OK to that. Now we need to put fillets in the corners or radiuses. So if I click the free orbit sign, rotate this around a little bit, and with my mouse I can roll it in closer to me and I can see that corner easier. If I click fillet, it defaults at 0.125. I want it to be 0.375, so if I click that and type in 0.375 and hit enter, now when I click this line it gives me a 3/8 radius, and we need to do all 4 corners the same way, the other 3. There's 2 of them. Here's my third one. And the last one's coming up. Oh, rotate that thing around the other way. Video will be over before I get a chance to get to that point, won't it? Alright, finally, there it is. Right mouse done. Zoom in. There. And okay. So now if I rotate this around again, and hit my home button, trying to get to my front view. There. Won't be aggravating. F6 will throw you into an isometric view. Right mouse done. We're through with this. So now if I go to File, Save As, I'm going to name this Test, or actually Post Test. How about that? P-O-S-T-T-E-S-T. Saving it to my desktop. Click Save. Now if we go to File, New, IDW, click on Base. We want to make sure our scale is 1:1. We also want to make sure we're pulling in the right IPT file. Here it is up here. If it was something else, if you click on this drop down arrow, it would be listed underneath this. Scale 1:1, click here, and we're pretty much done with that. I don't need to dimension it or anything because we're going to pull this into plasmacam. So now if I click here and go down to Save As, do not click it, just hover over it and scroll over to where it says Save Copy As. We're going to save this as a DXF file. Now it's under Inventor file or IDW. So I click here and go down to DXF and click Save. Minimize this and we'll pull up our plasmacam. So this is already running. Save change, I'm going to say no to that and reopen it. File, we have to import this. And right now it is a DXF file, but if it were not, you could find it here. A lot of times when you open it up, it will come into a bitmap file or maybe even a plasmacam file. So you need to pull in the DXF and pull up the test. It says Post Test DXF, open. Notice everything comes in, title block and all. Whatever's green is active. So if I click one time, that turned everything white. I'm going to highlight everything that I do not want right now and turn it green and hit delete. Put windows around everything. It makes everything a little faster. There. Now if I highlight this, turns it green. If I hit K, that links the segments. It turns everything purplish. And if I hit F4, it throws it into view. This is an exact size 4x4 with a 2.5 by 2.5 with 3/8 radiuses. And that's it.